Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vase. And this time I am not alone. Please say hello to the lovely Leah, who's going to help.
Hey, everybody. I'm here too. Going to be looking for your questions and fielding them to Tone.
All right. I'm in Ukraine. Not very good here. Anyway, I just got to Ukraine about 3. I already went out. What is this? Yeah, I know I'm cutting in and out. We'll do our best. Let's see how the internet goes. All right, let's go straight to screen share and we take it from there. All right. I should probably play button. All right, here we go. Sure. Make sure that it's not really that bad and going in and out. Hope this is working. All right, here we go. Please learn how to trade. I have a nice website for you. Am I still going in and out? Is it really bad? I'm good. Excellent. Here's my little disclaimer, my Learn Trading section, educational tool. Section 6 is what I focus on, really advanced stuff. If my free stuff is not enough, please really, oh yeah, that's beautiful. Please check out the Trading Bitcoin section. Then please check out the Trading Bitcoin seminars that I'm doing. That was pretty cool, but it was fun. And then I'm doing one more in Ukraine. I'm a little more known in Ukraine than in Moscow, ironically, because I've spoken here more often. And tomorrow, it's already in the morning. I'm speaking tomorrow, and then my seminar is the day after. And then I'll be back stateside, well, or at least I hope I will be. But nah, Ukraine's awesome. I love Ukraine. All right, let's talk about the markets. Here's the weekly candle. The weekly candle is not having a strong end to the candle. Not good at all, and it's starting to worry me a little bit. I also want to double check. Oh, I can't change microphones and screen share. Okay, so I hope I'm using the right microphone. This is not the best end, the weekly candle. So let's hope tomorrow, because tomorrow is all we got. So tomorrow is basically is Sunday. The candle is going to close. If the candle wave, if next week is a down week, it's going to be all over for level 3 of hyperwave. Me and Tyler slightly disagreed on this over the last week or so. We will see. I am more bearish than him. I still think that trouble looms around the corner, and we will see. So the weekly chart, the bounds of the prior candle, so if it's a low range candle this week from high to low, the next week should give us clarity as to where we're going to go, up or down. Yeah, people are complaining about my stream. Nothing I can do, guys. It's what we get out of Ukraine. It's a bad connection, I'm aware. Is it really that bad? Let me stop screen share for a second. Let me just check my microphone. Isn't the right microphones? All right, let's get back to the stream. Your message. We'll do the best we can. As we stay within the bounds, are we nothing to do on the weekly candle? Like it is right now, the next week should give us clarity. If we're bullish, if we go below the prior candle's low, it's bearish. The daily candles is where it's at. It's happening exactly as I expected. You know, bounces up, it starts to look good, bounces down. So far, the last two, the arrow to the downside, are playing out exactly as I expected them to play out. And you know what? I'm gonna cut my camera. Hold on one second, guys. All right, maybe it'll be a little bit better without my camera. So in any case, and this was a price flip. And if today candle starts straight below yesterday's, no, don't jump off, Leah, stick around. Yeah, without my camera feed, it should be much better. All right, and I'm still kind of bearish going into 800, and then we'll see what happens next. The 4-hour chart, hopefully it kind of comes through. Break the TIST line. We had line which played nice off the 50-day moving average, and from there we could not get to a bullish 9, and we have reversed, and we reversed prior to the setup trend line. We're period moving average on the 4-hour. I don't really bearish right now. Okay. What is this? This is the 3-minute chart, because I was teaching a seminar earlier and I was showing how to do a trade on the 3-minute candle chart, which the trade went very well. Cool to see a 913 bounce on a 3-minute chart. Cool to see the 13 reversal on a 3-minute chart. Cool to see the aggressive 13 on a 3-minute chart. I mean, I'm looking at the last batch of arrows on a 3-minute chart. Looks really, really nice. But in reality, we're going to take a 12-hour chart. We're going to see what's going on. Absolutely nothing. You're getting price flips left and right. Totally useless. 12-hour, nothing to see here. Let's look at the 1-hour. The 1-hour gave you a short trade off of a 5, which is a little risky, but it also gave you a 13, and it's inside a bigger 13. You're about to come up on a 9, so probably in the next hour from reversal, but it'll probably be short-lived. I remain pretty bearish. This is the week, and what is this? Oh, it's the 10-year Treasury. Yep, still off a 9. S&P 500. I'm gonna try and bring you a video. I don't know, but I'm gonna be definitely before Tuesday, because I want to see what happens here with the 9. This is a very interesting situation. The S&P 500 and the S&P 500 gave you a lower closing low, but a higher intraday low. We're at the 200-day moving average, something the S&P 500 has not traded below in an unreasonably long period of time. You can see how the 200 bounced your price, and then you closed once and went back above. And this is like 2016. Like the last more than one candle below the 200-day moving average, you have to go back to 16, like January, even 2015. So it's been a long time since average for more than one candle. It's going to be a very interesting environment. Tomorrow is going to be at 8:13. It's going to be very interesting. I will bring you a full analysis of S&P 500 sometime before Wednesday to catch this 9 and try to like talk about what I see there. Gold, nothing's going on. What is this? Oh, NASDAQ. Oh, damn! I still need to update my presentation for tomorrow. My Nasdaq IC to the Nasdaq. Really, really cool. We're gonna try and record it. Get Leah, I see you. You don't see me.
I don't see you, but I see your screen.
Yeah. No, I turned my camera off. No one wants to look at me anyway with you.
Don, where are you going?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, well, your screen share's off. You know that?
Yeah, I turned it off so people can see you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right,
Well,
now
guys,
we'll see how it goes.
okay. We don't have any questions yet. Guys, what are your questions? Don, why are you leaving me on?
Wait, you broke up there. What'd you say?
Why? All right. Nope, no questions yet.
God, you guys suck. Why don't
Why is
people
the price
watching? What the hell
dropping?
happened?
How long do you think?
184 watching. That's not good.
Will the looming market crash
Damn,
due to trade wars?
did you and Tyler like steal all my viewers?
Can we expect the death cross to be delayed? Oh, there we go.
I gotta cut my camera feed. Let's try this
Okay.
again. Can we expect a death cross? What?
Can we expect a death cross to be delayed? I think is the question.
Yeah, the death cross can actually be delayed indefinitely. It can pretty much be delayed forever. The death cross, we have now moved past the $6,000 low, and we now need to continuously trade below the moving averages in order to around kind of high. Then the death cross is not looking too good. I showed the right now there's a not much. If we go back down to about 8,000, then the death cross should come sometime next week. I don't really want to see it. I mean, we really need to start trading above the both moving averages in order to avoid the death cross. If we trade for one more week below the moving averages, they're gonna cross. They have no choice. So, but it could be delayed. I mean, if we for a second there yesterday when we were trading above 9,000 yesterday, I actually thought I was going to be totally wrong about the big drop. But then we fell back down to 8,500. Now I'm back confident about the big drop. If we had started trading back in the 9,500 area, it's possible the death cross could have been avoided, but it's very.
Tone?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got your next question. I also just noticed that I'm on the big screen. This is this is silly. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, you are. I'm just trying to figure out why I only have like 100 viewers right now. Something's weird.
Okay. With things happening between Trump and China, what can we expect for Bitcoin?
Ooh, I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters between China and Trump. It's just a lot of it is just talk. Like there's so much stuff going on behind the scenes, and most of the stuff that you hear is just us being distracted. I really don't think it's that bad, and I don't see how it's going to affect Bitcoin all that much. It has an economics of the global politics directly affects Bitcoin, like the I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
Are you still bullish stock market after Friday?
I still am in general. I think this will blow over. Let's see what happens Monday and Tuesday. I mean, we are coming up on one of those nines, and I think we're going to rebound. I'm not ready to give up on the stock market yet. I think we're doing fine. And also, don't forget, the stock market matters. The stock market matters to everyone. Trump knows that if he tanks the stock market next in 2018, he is not getting reelected. So it's to everyone's advantage. To whatever he does helps the stock market. So if his politics start to tank the stock market, he's going to reverse those politics.
Okay. If the stock market continues to downtrend, do you think it's going to negatively affect the cryptos?
Sorry, do you think it's going to
negatively affects Bitcoin price and cryptos generally?
You see, what happens is, here's what happens. When the stock, people don't realize this, especially libertarians. Oh, wait, it's saying my connection's unstable. Damn it.
I can hear you perfectly though right now, actually.
Okay, good. So basically, here's what people don't realize, and I'm especially talking to anarchists and libertarians. When the stock market tanks, people lose their jobs. Companies go out of business. When people lose their jobs and companies go out of business, the last thing people care about is Bitcoin. People care about is gold. People don't care about that stuff, okay? Things like investing in gold, investing in Bitcoins, quitting your job for a dream of, printing your own money through an ICO. A lot of that actually kind of goes away when you don't have any resources to fall back on. So if it starts to tank, Bitcoin is going to get hurt. Gold is going to get hurt. You aren't going to have the money to invest and speculate in cryptocurrencies. It's to nobody's the stock market to crash.
Tone, what's your take on the dollar, Bitcoin, and China going oil crude futures on the 26th of March, which is tomorrow?
Damn, your brain is crude futures. Again, it doesn't really matter unless China start getting the global volume. As long as the CME is the king of volume and the Chinese oil futures maybe take a 2 to 5% chunk of the global volume in futures, it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So talk to me when the China are getting 20 to 25% of global oil volume for price discovery. If that doesn't happen, it's irrelevant.
Okay, this is a little outside traditional markets. What do you think the first major adoption will be in Bitcoin that will help stabilize the volatility we will see in the next 24 months?
Ooh, good question. You know what? Probably like major retailer implementing Bitcoin, like an Amazon or a Netflix. I think if a major retailer gets into the, it'll crazy. And the most important thing for Bitcoin stabilization is on chain. So we're talking Bitcoin, one Bitcoin over a. And I think in order for us to get there, we need one major global player on board. Amazon, Netflix. I don't even think Tesla is big enough. Maybe Apple, maybe Google integrated into, I mean, I know they hate crypto right now by dumping the ads, but maybe in 12 months, they're going to look at Bitcoin with a different light, maybe integrate a Lightning Network through micropayments, through ad revenue into their system, and news like that will spike the price to over 100,000. We'll create a new base at $100,000 per Bitcoin. That thing for stabilizing and lowering the volatility is a significantly higher Bitcoin valuation.
Okay. Now Binance says that people will be able to buy altcoins straight with USD. Could this bring Bitcoin's price down? And can you hear me, Tom?
Kind of breaking up. You got to say again.
Okay, and also I have it in your chat. So now,
go in the chat.
Yeah, it's the last one. But Binance says that people will be able to buy altcoins straight with United States dollars. Could this bring Bitcoin's price down and prolong the life of the altcoins and make the bigger the bubble? This is what it does specifically.
people to buy these here, people to speculate in those, the big, but it's becoming harder and harder to buy these altcoins, and mostly because more and more exchanges are going KYC. It's becoming very difficult to anonymously buy and trade all of these altcoins. So even though more exchanges are taking on these altcoins, it's becoming more and more of a KYC game than a game. So sure, you can buy your altcoins on Coinbase, but I don't really want to do that. People like to speculate them, the 12 and 13 Coinbase. Uh, so sure, it's going to delay us for a little while, but I mean, the ability to buy your altcoins with fiat will only make sure that when the bubble comes, more and more people will lose more and more of their money. So, all right, you'll get what you pay for. I mean, if you buy into a cheap altcoin, you get what you pay for. Like free medical advice is advised that it was free medical advice.
People want you to talk about the Petro one. So China prepares to launch, it's the last one I have in your chat, to launch its gold convertible Petro one March 26th. Will this affect Bitcoin?
I don't think. I don't think, again, I no one cares. No one cares about the gold standard. People only care about the currency country without a threat of invasion. Right now, it's still the US. In the future, when people believe the US being a superpower and China has the ability of replacing US as the global superpower, and they're not, and it's not going to happen because they back their currency by petro, which is oil. It's not going to happen because they back their currency by gold. It's simply going to happen because people will trust that the Chinese economy is better than the US. They will trust that the Chinese global effect than they will trust that the Chinese military will not be invaded, and they have the best military to invade other countries. When the global trust in the China becomes great in the US economy, then the Chinese economy will become a global superpower. It has absolutely nothing to do whether they back their currency or not.
Okay. Well, you were cutting a bit in and out, but that was a bit better. What is the next geopolitical event like Greece that will bring attention to the crypto markets? Guys, come on.
No, these are good questions, actually.
Great.
I've been waiting for Italian banks. I mean, I think Italian banks have been totally ripe to completely implode. I think the next big, like, global political event is gonna crisis coming out of Europe. And but if that gets delayed by another year or two, the next global explosion of Ethereum, if things continue the way they are, and half the world has an ERC20 token, the implosion of Ethereum and every single ERC20 token, going into the dump, be the next global political crisis.
All right, this is interesting. I don't know if you're getting these, by the way, in the chat tone, but thoughts on Kobayashi?
My YouTube. Oh,
no.
I turned off my YouTube to save bandwidth, so I really hope that I'm not really breaking up.
No, you're better. I mean, in our side chat. But thoughts on Kobayashi moving 7K Bitcoin before the dump?
Did he move another 7? I mean, Kobayashi isn't moving any Bitcoin. They sold all of the Bitcoin they were supposed to sell. So as far as I know, they're not selling any more Bitcoin. So it shouldn't affect it at all. And to be honest, that much of an effect. I mean, the market go down a little more, like, and markets are bigger than one person. No one person can really affect a market that much. The markets were going to go down anyway, with or without. And right now, I think he's completely irrelevant. I don't think he's going to sell any more Bitcoin on the open market. I think going forward, they're going to sell the Bitcoin through OTC markets. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I think the markets were going to go down anyway, down with or without him. It didn't have much to do with.
Done.
Yes.
You broke out just at the end there, but we got it. All right, I'm excited for this one. What do you think about Snowden's interview regarding privacy, Bitcoin not progressing fast enough?
Maybe if someone like Snowden would have came out against big blockers that have work on the time, these core developers weren't actually to work on something. And I have the same problem on work when a fake tone vase on LinkedIn, a fake tone vase on every other possible social media, from YouTube to Facebook to Telegram. Hard to work and focus on something good when you're constantly being, people are telling lies about you. People are, constantly trying to derail your work. So maybe if someone like Snowden would have actually helped promote Bitcoin a little more and speak out against people like doing Bcash, maybe there would be a lot more anonymity features. I'm sorry that they're not coming at the speed that a lot of people like, but they're coming. They'll get to it. It'll be fine. Don't expect Rome to be.
Done.
This sucks.
Okay.
Look,
You're just kind of,
Look,
yeah.
anonymity features are coming. Let the smart people work. They know this. They know it needs to be done. They'll get it done. Hopefully, they'll be less distracted by big blockers and other crazies, and they'll get to work.
Town, you recently talked about gold versus silver. What are your thoughts on gold versus the Dow? Also, what does a real trade war look like? So gold versus silver, gold versus Dow, trade war.
They're all completely independent. I mean, gold versus silver is just a fun ratio to look at because generally they're correlated, but they have these wild swings between 20x and 40x. So when the gold silver ratio gets a little bit out of whack, take advantage of it. I mean, the average gold silver 50 to 1. So if it gets higher on a spread trade, when it gets lower than that, may want to flip your spread trade. Gold versus the Dow, I mean, there is no such thing as Dow. The Dow crushes gold. If you sold your 1 ounce, gold coin during the Great Depression and put it in the stock market, you'd be like $100 million today. So I don't believe in the Dow to gold ratio because the Dow just absolutely crushes it, especially with dividend reinvestment. And what was that third one?
What does a trade war look like?
I don't know. It just doesn't look good. I think I talked about trade war and other things. I mean, prices go up for everyone. Like the entire world suffers economically. It becomes a little bit poorer because everyone is better when there is, good trade going on. When you do a trade war, you have to buy products with. So I don't think it's gonna hurt China or hurt us. Or it's gonna hurt China. I mean, China doesn't really import all that much from America. They kind of do it house. They have enough natural resources. They certainly have the manufacturing technology, right? I mean, they don't even allow like I'm not even sure if YouTube's allowed there. I know Facebook isn't, LinkedIn isn't, Twitter isn't. So they technology. They don't need our natural resources. They have their own, and they have plenty of global partners. Um, Trade war hurts us, and things become more expensive. We have less disposable income, and the worst thing is, and again, people have less investment income. So if Trump does go through with the trade war, this hurts Bitcoin, because if people have to spend more money for day-to-day things, they have less money to speculate on Bitcoin. Now, you may say, well, hey, if a person is becoming poorer, he needs to go and buy Bitcoin because he'll be rich. But in reality, if you don't have that much money, income, you're not going to spend that last $100 on Bitcoin, no matter how much your libertarian friend tries to convince you.
There's a couple. Tone, why don't you advise shorting Ethereum versus Bitcoin?
Oh, because I did. I advised shorting it. It didn't really work out for me, did it? No, because these markets are unpredictable, right? It's like saying, Tone, why don't you advise people to short 400 years ago? Well, because I don't know how crazies can get, pumping up the tulips. No, you should never short any crypto. Like, I know, guys, everyone seems to be so high on Digibyte. I was talking to Digibyte when he was building the damn thing in Hong Kong in 2014. Digibyte launched and nobody cared. Digibyte like a year and a half, and it was complete and pure garbage. Only because now people, for some reason, are starting to pump it. NAM was garbage. The guy, we told him he's wasting his time. He wrote NAM for a PhD project. Okay, it's stupid. It makes no sense. NAM, nobody died. The creator of NAM even gave up on it, and then a couple of guys showed up and said, "Hey, here's a project." And boom, next thing you know, the Petro is launched on NAM. Like, even the creators of these projects have to know that they're complete and yet somehow people want to pump these things. So no, there are so many. I can't wait for Aurora Coin. Okay, I think I have like 2 or 3 of those guys. I remember when $100 a share, it was #2 on Coin Market Cap behind Bitcoin. Aurora Coin. Okay, it's gonna come back. I guarantee you that thing is gonna get pumped. And the idea that this thing was one of the biggest disasters in crypto history. So no, it's ridiculous. You can't short this stuff. Fundamentals that have it at a certain that are at current price to begin with, and they can go insanely higher for no reason at all before.
Tone, what's your opinion if people are day trading more now or still hodling?
I mean, the old school guys are hodling more than they did before. I would say that many people, including myself, that used to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies back in 2013, 2014, are the game. So if you've been around for 3 or 4 years, you're the game. You're probably trading, especially in the current environment. I mean, back in 2015, after I was watching all of my Bitcoin lose its value, I started investing that Bitcoin into crypto projects that I thought were foolproof, and it simply led to the complete disappearance of most of my Bitcoin. And those are mistakes you're not going to make again. That learned from our mistakes between 2012. I wasn't in it. I mean, I've heard about all of it. So all of the people that made mistakes in 2012, 2013, 2014, and into early 2015 will never make those same mistakes again. Those are mistakes ranging from trying to be investors to holding your Bitcoin on exchanges like Mt. Gox and crypto. People that they're staying out of the market and learn those lessons.
Tone, what's the next regulation initiative coming crypto's way?
Oh, I think the IC maxed. NBC is getting fed up. All you need is one or two more big Tezos style scams, and it's all over. I really think the hammer by the SEC specifically on ICOs is going to come down.
Is Bitcoin in capitulation or consolidation mode?
Consolidation mode. Capitulation will come after the consolidation mode ends. We're in consolidation mode, and if we start, setting a base around between 7,000 and 8,000, capitulation is going to come, and it's going to be nasty. I'm still very nervous that we're going to drop below. If true low, we should be in the 12,000s going up right now, not flirting with 8,500.
Google searches for crypto are at an all-time low. What do you think this is indicative of?
I'm assuming you meant all-time low?
Yes. I'll send it to you too.
Check the live chat. Google searches for crypto are all-time low. I'm actually surprised that the Google searches for crypto. I know the price is down a little bit. I find that very difficult to believe. Simply indicative of the fact that people overestimated. Like when we were going up, I mean, like I said, I thought 7,500 was more than enough of a high for 2017. I was clearly off. We went all the way to 20,000. And if you watch the interview between me and Van Zen, one of a handful of traders that I really respect in the space, just like me, the moment we went above 7,500, all tools were out the window. All rationality was out the window. So any dollar that traded above 7,500 to me was exuberance. So either way, we were going to come 500, and we certainly did. We went even lower. It just means that Bitcoin isn't a crypto, and Bitcoin aren't a lot of us in the space like to believe. And that means that the valuation of overvalued still.
How come Bitcoin felt like it was anti-stock market trend for a moment and now does not seem correlated at all again?
It was never correlated to me. Bitcoin is probably the only asset that's totally uncorrelated with the stock market, which is why if you're a hedge fund investor, you want to have exposure to Bitcoin because it gives you, it makes your portfolio, more of an efficient portfolio because you're adding a totally uncorrelated asset. Adding uncorrelated assets into your portfolio of multiple assets is really great for the stabilization of your portfolio. I never thought they were correlated. Bitcoin is great in times of, speculative fear, but in times of real fear, people want to buy Bitcoin.
Tone, do you see Wall Street money coming into Bitcoin without ETFs?
It depends on what type of Wall Street money. Hedge fund money, sure. A hedge fund can hold on to institutional, like pension funds and more, more traditional funds that have, a slightly higher regulatory. No, they will need ETF. These futures markets aren't going to cut it. Now, if the futures market actual physical delivery, then I think there would be a lot more interest in the futures markets of physical delivery, cash settled. I just like for example, there is a lot more interest in holding individual stocks or the S&P 500 than holding futures on the S&P 500. For some reason, from my experience, Wall Street doesn't really like cash settled physical delivery futures. Maybe it makes them feel like they have an option to always take physical delivery, whether it's actual asset, the asset itself, like a stock. Get physical delivery of gold if they wanted it. I don't think there is. I think Wall Street will need an ETF, but it's not even the ETF. That's not what they're waiting. Waiting for is regulatory clarity. They want the SEC or the CFTC to say flat out, though they kind of did, hold Bitcoin is legit. Bitcoin will not be criminalized. You can hold Bitcoin, and Congress changes the laws. We already have spoken to government. We've spoken to congressmen, and if some kind of law in the future comes in, here's what they really want to hear. At least this is what I want to hear. If I run a hedge fund, this is what I want to hear. If I buy Bitcoin right now, because clearly it's legal, if you decide to make it illegal, I want to that me as a financial institution, I would be warned so I can properly exit this asset before the panic sets in. I need a guarantee that they would not have any kind of liabilities for holding the Bitcoin, and there would be a sufficient grace period to exit the position without suffering any legal liabilities. Because at the end of the day, all these financial institutions, they are responsible for not only other people's money, they are responsible for thousands of jobs. Maybe not a hedge fund. A hedge fund is responsible for maybe 100 or 200 jobs. But these are very jobs. Realize that when a hedge fund, let's say it's unstable again. People don't realize that even like a high-end hedge fund has like 100 people that they hire, and each one of these people is making $100,000 to $200,000 a year. That is a lot of money, okay? And so that hedge fund, if that's taken down, that is a lot of people going out of work. That hurts every local business in the area. That hurts the real estate market in the area. Sure, people like to make fun of these rich bankers, but these rich bankers are the ones that are keeping your local bodega or your local business that caters to them. The guys cutting the grass at these fancy houses. I mean, yeah, these guys are rich, but they also employ a lot of people. A cook, a maid, these are jobs. These are low-end jobs, but they are jobs making a lot of money. And if a lot of these hedge funds go into Bitcoin and then the government comes in and screws that up, would cost the entire hedge fund to go belly up, they're not willing to take that risk.
Live chat people, you guys are absolutely hilarious, by the way. All right, and we do have 4 more very good questions, Tone. Okay,
Good.
So in your opinion, what's the current fair market value of Bitcoin?
Wow.
It's a good question.
I would be okay with the current value of Bitcoin if today was the all-time high of Bitcoin, but it's not. If I had to take my best guess, that's where I kind of expected it to be. If you asked me a year ago, I thought we would be around $5,000 at this time. Value now go back there. We could go over to the downside, but I think anything below 5 now is a really good dip.
Has the hype of Bitcoin CME futures now died off, or is it just the beginning?
Type it in.
Yeah. The hype of CME futures died off, or is it just beginning?
Oh no, it's totally died off. People realized that it wasn't the saying that the CME futures were not going to. I mean, I was at the hype going all the way up into the future. surprised. I didn't think it was that. I always thought that they weren't going to be that liquid. Not that many people are interested in them. I think the hype has completely died off, but this is a good thing. Because the hype of the CME futures has completely died off, start to actually be useful. So I think now that the hype is over, those that actually understand those futures, trading them, and if those futures start to get more and more liquidity, then the CME will consider lowering margin requirements. So I think that the hype is off, and I also think that's a great thing that it happened.
Andreas was really worried about the Cloud Act.
All right, what else we got?
Also, I'm typing all these in for you. Andreas was really worried about the Cloud Act. Do you have any comment?
I don't have.
You just cut out, Tom.
So unless you want to type, in what the Cloud Act is, I have no idea.
Okay.
So I don't usually worry things that I'm not familiar with.
I'm not seeing much else. Let me see. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. You're going to have to go back to your chart if you want this one. Typing it in. There you go. As we're sitting around 9 years, could you zoom out on your graph and do TA on a yearly or 6 monthly chart? I'll let you know. Oh, okay.
Oh man, I gotta read that question. Oh, by the way, I want to congratulate Loyola of Chicago for beating Kansas State and going to the Final Four. And one of the reasons I was gonna do this video for the state beat Michigan to go to the Final Four, and that game has already started. So this is gonna be the last question.
Will we be back at the all-time highs by 2020? And I think we're pretty much out of questions with this one. Oh, sorry. Will we be back at all-time high by 2020 halving?
Oh, hell. We'll definitely be back at New. Absolutely. And what's the zoom out on his graph, a yearly or a 6-month chart. I can do a yearly. My indicator is kind of off a little yearly. I think I have a monthly chart. Yeah, this sucks. Maybe I should restart my computer. All right, this is the monthly chart. So if I go to yearly chart, oh no, this is working fine. Awesome. No, wait, it's not. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not using my latest indicator, but yeah. So here's the yearly chart. It looks good. The yearly chart only really had one bad year, 2014. It was like a little red dot. You know, it doesn't even look that bad, right? I mean, there's your yearly chart. So there you go. If you have like one red year, this is the year you want it to be red because it's the number 5. Makes it easier to get that 9. Yeah, I mean, if we get another year like this one, like 20, and then we have a nice reversal the year after, which would be 2019. 2020, we're at new all-time highs, and then 2021, we go up, 10 times, right? So if we repeat what happened here, we're looking at a $200,000-$300,000 Bitcoin by 2023. Probably gonna top. What else we got?
Does the S-curve theory of tech adoption apply to cryptos?
I think it does. I think it does. I think it applies to. I think it'll apply to Bitcoin. Well, Actually, the S curve seems to be applying right now to fundraising. We'll see how long that lasts. But sure, if you want to know about more about S curve, um, I'm not a big fan of his. Go to the Learn Bitcoin. Go to the Learn Bitcoin section. A couple of videos in here back in 2014 when I website. In 2014, and there's 3 videos here. Ironically, one of them is from Rick, who is now gone completely off the rails and is all about Bcash. But this was a video from 2011, back when he was normal. There was one video from Andreas, and this is at the time in 2014. He was doing very good videos. One of them was the S-curve video, and I still recommend. He explains it really, really well. What else we got?
I pasted with you July 2013 question.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Let me read it. In July of 2013, the cross of the DEF cross did not cross and caused 1,200% increase. It can happen. I wouldn't bet on it, but sure, it's anything. Look, my view is this: if we get back below $7,000, if we get back below $7,000, it's kind of like odds, right? I'm trying to think of like a global sport, right? I guess let's go with golf. Even back when Tiger Woods player in the world, right? Like 100 golfers who go to like the big golf tournament. Tiger Woods is expected to win that tournament. The odds of him winning that tournament are going to be like 30 or 40%. The odds of him is not going to be greater than 50%. He will have the odds of like 35%, but he would be by far the highest. The next best player will have odds at like 20% or 25%, right? I have the same thing. If the price of Bitcoin closes below 7,000 for like a day or two, then I give the highest odds. Man, this internet sucks. I give the highest odds to 1,300. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. If we close below 7,000, I would have a 5% chance that we're going to reverse from the $1,300 vicinity. The next highest chance will probably be about 20%. Highest chance would probably be around 3,000%, right? So those are just odds. Those are my odds. It doesn't mean we're 1,300, going to win that golf tournament. The odds markets. I don't even know how I got on that, but that's my view on it, right? So any 1,000 for, let's say, 3 days in a row, that's it. Probability becomes 1,300. Hopefully we don't ever hit it. You can bet against, you can against Tiger Woods, but he has the highest probability of winning.
I think we're good, Tone. I don't see any other questions.
All right, awesome. I'm gonna watch a little bit of Florida State. Hopefully they win, go to the final. Are you in first place in our bracket yet?
I think I am.
Are you in first?
I'm gonna make money, man.
No, are you really in first?
I mean, I'll check right now, but
Can we check?
yeah, we totally can.
I have a feeling you're in first place. Hold on.
Are you gonna be really pissed when I kick your ass on this?
No, I already know you're better than me at pretty much. It doesn't pain me. It doesn't hurt me to know that like you can beat me in the NCAA tournament. Well, what hurts is the fact that you're an athlete than me, and I've been an athlete my whole life.
Wait, mine's pretty bad internet. Did you pull it up?
No, I want to stop screen share before I pull up something that I shouldn't be showing.
That's true. Wait, okay, I got it. And okay, I'm 35 out of 57 with all picks. I'm fifth. I got demoted.
Did you fall from second?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
Wait,
at
let me see.
sixth.
Wait.
I'm right here.
Yep. Oh my God, I'm one above you. One, you're
Yeah,
sixth.
you're one above. Yeah, you're in
I'm
fifth.
fifth, you're sixth.
Yeah, and there's no ties either. Like you're solo in fifth place.
Yes. One above you. We'll see what happens tonight.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
This is out of how many people we have here? 25 people. It's out of 25 people.
I can't believe I'm one above you. All right. You're cut.
We're gonna play it by ear because I got a conference. All right, guys. Let's on say goodbye.
Your audio's on and off. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much.